form?
But is He-Man ready for their King Hiss? When his skin comes off, his evil comes out. King Hiss, Tongue Lasher, and Rattler, new from the Masters of the Universe.
Welcome back, Yesterland fans. I'm Neal, and on today's episode of The Toys That Made Sense, we're going over another installment of Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 11 action figures. And the one we're going over today is King Hiss. Now, I was going to do He-Man as well, but I thought, you know what, we need to give this video its own gratitude and all that. So we'll dive deep into this guy, go over him, compare him to the old one, and see if you guys like it. Do you like this version or do you like the old version? So sit back, grab your favorite beverage and snack, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, I've got King Hiss here in studio, so let's do as we always do, and let's check out this card work. So bringing him in close, as you can tell, he's unpunched. I got deluxe figure set up here, age 6+ up in the top left-hand corner. Change into seething mass of serpents. And then down here, we get the Mattel insignia. We get the nice picture or correction action figure in the bubble here. We get this nice sticker on front that's placed nice and even. Snake Men, modern retro play. King Hiss, the dreadful disguised leader of the Snake Men. Now, you will see down here, mine is bent and it is almost torn. So once I got this immediately from Big Bad Toy Store, I contacted him and I said, hey, my collector's version got damaged. You know, it's just the way they package it and they try to get you the best one off the shelf. Mine got damaged in that process. So what they did was they refunded my money because unfortunately they did not have another one to send me. So they gave me a credit and I'll use that credit at some point to buy something else off of their website. But looking at him, I get that nostalgia, retro, original feeling of this action figure. But is he really what he's supposed to be? And we know now, after seeing how he comes together as the snake portion part of it at San Diego Comic-Con when he was released, I think a lot of fans were immediately let down. And the reason I say that is because here you have to pop his arms off, pull the head off, and you have to do it all interchangeable. Whereas the original, you didn't have to do that. He just popped off the front, and there he was under the disguise of the face. So I know some fans, especially probably in my age era, were a little disappointed by it, but you know, at the end of the day, depending on how you're going to pose this thing or if you're going to leave him in package, it's actually not too much of a deal breaker. It just makes more time to get him together. And so the whole selling feature on this figure when he originally came out was that action portion of him being able to pop apart, and there was the snake feature, right? And it's kind of a letdown in a sense, but he's interchangeable because we know this line, you can interchange all these pieces from arms to heads to legs and so forth. So interesting design to modernize him and update him, but overall kind of a letdown, but it is what it is. So let's flip it around. Let's take a look at the back of this card, as we always do. Freed from the imprisonment, King Hiss leads the Snake Men to conquer Eternia. And we get this nice graphic back here of Snake He-Man in his armor, getting ready to fight King Hiss here. It says it includes the comic book. And then we get this female version of a snake, which I hope we get at some point. I think it'll be really cool to add this figure to our figure line. And I think she'll be a hot figure now, I'm calling it. She will be so hot in the sense of she is going to be a very valuable and very expensive piece on the secondary market to get. Modernizing and celebrating the original 80s Masters of the Universe action figures. Rise of the Snake Men. The dreaded Snake Men have arisen from the darkest depths of Snake Mountain. King Hiss and his repulsive reptiles have vowed to destroy He-Man and his heroic warriors, as well as Sunmen and the rulers of the sun. Will Eternia fall to the slithering swarm? So here on the back, we get the action feature here on what you're supposed to do. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. Remove the armor, heads, and arm. Kind of shows you which way to go. Attach snake head, snake arms. and then twist into the powerful battle of the positions. And there you have it. You can have him back to the original King Hiss version, or you can put him in the snake mode. So that was the mechanism I was just talking about. Moving over here to the side, we get King Hiss, the dreadful disguised leader of the Snake Men. In this wave, we get Rattler, which I've already done reviews on. And if you haven't done it now, go up there and check those reviews out, as well as Cobra Khan I've done a review on. Thunder Punch He-Man, the heroic leader of the Power of the Punch. He'll be coming down the line soon, so be on the lookout for that video to come out. Snake Armor He-Man, the most powerful snake hunter in the universe. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys know, and I've said this in a previous video, I'm not going to get this He-Man, nor am I getting the Snake Armor He-Man that's coming out in Wave 12. I think it was right about here with the King Hiss line, right? Rattler and all that, right around here. And Tongue Lasher. This is where I stopped collecting. So I have no attachment to this He-Man design and coming out with him. One, I don't care for the head sculpt, and two, I just don't have an attachment to it. So for me, it's gonna be a pass on it. Now, over here we got Boltman. Obviously, I've done a review on him as well. So that's what you got so far in Wave 11. Obviously, King Hiss and Thunder Punch He-Man are the deluxe figures, all the legal mumbo jumbo, and the barcode, and flipping it back around. So we can see here, we get the snake set up here, his arms. Now, I will say they put a lot of detail into it. It's nice looking. We get the red eyes, the red tongue, the pink background for the tongue, the lower part of the mouth, and then the red tongue. We get some red eyes with white, or a little bit of yellow sliver in there. We get those white fangs. We get that King Hiss green staff. We get that King Hiss shield. I've never liked this shield for some reason. I've never cared for this triangular design like they also did with kind of like Extendor. Never really cared for that shield setup. But then moving into the figure itself, overall, he's a very good looking figure. He's very cool, and it brings me back to that 80s nostalgia of this is what King Hiss looked like. Now, he's a little bit more shinier, I should say, I think. The head is close to being dead on, but he's a little, like I said, he's a little bit more shinier. He's obviously updated. Starting from the bottom, we get these brown boots. Moving up, just the basic legs. We get the red loincloth, a little bit of a silver buckle like around for the belt. It's a two-tone color, a darker red and a lighter red. Off to the hands, we get orange gloves and cuffs, and then we get the chest piece. It's got some nice detail in there. It looks like it's snake scales on the body. We get that snake insignia on the chest piece with the silver background, and then we get into King Hiss's face. There's really nothing much to it, but you know when you look at this style head, if you're a MOTU collector or you're into Masters of the Universe, you know that they're trying to get across that this is King Hiss. Now, moving around to the back, we get the mini comic, Heart of the Snake. And then you can see it back here coming up onto the sticker. Now, I kind of thought this was cheesy. I thought they were cutting this off. I didn't really like this design. I think they should have brought this changes into the seething mass of serpents. You're basically cutting off your font, your wording. They should have moved this up and maybe shrank it down. But for purposes, I get it, why they had to do it. They wanted to try and get it all focalized on the center of this card because you got a lot of information going on this card. So guys, this is King Hiss. Tell me down in the comments, do you like this character? Are you going to collect this character? Are you going to add him to your collection? Or are you just going to be a pass on this and slither on by? So, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you supporting my channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to share my videos amongst the toy community. And as always, I'll see you in Yesterland.